Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another night of Motor City Rockers hockey. I'm the voice of the Rockers, Brady Beaton, and tonight we start a two-game series with the Watertown Wolves. Game 2 of 3 in the weekend. Last night, Motor City fell at home to Athens 4-1. A very talented Rock Lobsters team got up 3-1. Kyle Stevens did score the lone goal for Motor City, an empty netter put the seal on that one for Athens. Just north up in Port Huron, Watertown fell 3-2 to Port Huron. Port Huron got off to a 3-0 lead. Watertown fought back, got goals in the second and third period, but couldn't quite climb back to tie it up. So tonight, let's take a look at what's going on the transaction wire. Each team going to have a guy suspended. Avery Smith, for an aggressor game misconduct last night, picked up a 2-game suspension. He'll miss tonight. He'll miss tomorrow evening's contest against Watertown. While it's Andrew Whalen for Watertown that picked up the 1-game suspension. He got an aggressor penalty as well up at McMorran. Some lineup changes for the Motor City Rockers. Getting the night off, Kyle Stevens, you have Sam Gagnon and Avery Smith with the suspension. Out tonight, Trevor Babin won't start. It will be Rico Gonzalez back in net. For the skaters, replacing him, Ryan Rotundi, it's Adam Kuhn, and it's the newest Rocker, Hunter Hall, will be in the lineup tonight for your Motor City Rockers as they try to snap a 9-game losing streak, get back on the right track against the Watertown Wolf team that has put up a lot of goals against them over this season series. We'll take a break, come back. You'll hear my conversation with Coach Jamison Milam. We'll have more right after this here on the Rockers Media Network.
Up in front, shot, scores! Summerfly now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, I'll do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Security George's here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam.
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is Avery Smith from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network powered by KE Electrics Plus.
Welcome back to the Rockers Media Network. I'm Brady Beaton, joined by head coach Jamison Milam. Coach, last night played a very talented Athens team, dropped it 4-1, but we were talking before we started recording that 5-on-5, thought you guys did a lot of things well. Just a couple of times their talent showed up. They had a couple of nice shots, but it kind of harkens back to what we talked about yesterday, that being process-based, I thought the process was pretty good, at least in the defensive end last night.
Yeah, I mean, first and only time we were going to see that team. We knew they were going to bring some skill guys with them, and I thought, yeah, as a team, we played really well 5-on-5. Obviously, the difference was shorthanded goal and their power play, so a couple adjustments tonight, and should be able to maybe not fix them, but definitely help ourselves. So, I mean, when you're giving up that many shots, you got to rely on your goaltender to keep you in it, and unfortunately, we just didn't have enough answer for what they brought last night.
I thought, though, they had a lot of shots. There weren't a lot of grade A opportunities where you kind of go, uh-oh, look out. That a lot of it was to the perimeter, and that you kept them out of the high-scoring areas on the ice.
Yeah, that's been kind of the method of practice this last few weeks was, protect the house. our wingers kind of sag a little bit, maybe allow them to have a little more room on the outside so that we can sort things out instead of, running around chasing guys around. A good team and good players are going to be able to find holes, and especially if you over attack on the boards, spin off you, or create time and space by setting picks and things like that. So we're kind of falling back to a set where we're protecting the front of our net, not allowing them to get any second or grade A chances in that area.
Offensively, I thought you guys were in good position a lot of the time, but it didn't always result on a shot on goal. It felt like a couple times that maybe guys were gripping the stick a little too tight. And you've talked about it. When you're on a losing streak, they want it really bad, and you can tell it, but you can almost want it too much at times. I thought there was a play, I think it was in the second period, it was a 2-on-1 with, I think, Smith and Tellstrom, where it felt like they just overthought it instead of just letting their instincts take over. How do you try to calm everything down? Is it just have a little success and the dam bursts and then all's right? Or is it you just got to reassure them throughout the game?
Yeah, well, sometimes it is all it takes is a goal. And, then the tensions ease a little bit, and you start to remember, we're doing the right things. We're just, we got to put the puck at the net a little more. And sometimes you got to remind guys, be selfish. We might not get many chances in their end, or in the offensive zone. So when you do get down there, you got to make sure you put it to the net. Not only does that get tallies on the board for shots and things like that, but it forces your teammates to know that, hey, we're going to put the puck at the net, so I got to get there if I want it. So for tonight especially, anytime we're down there in the zone between the dots or below the top of the circles, we're going to make sure we're putting pucks on net, and that'll force our line mates to crash that area, and maybe we can bang in a couple of ugly ones.
Watertown coming in, they are a hyper-offensive team. They will sacrifice a little integrity on their own end to try to get some scoring chances on the other side. I call it pond hockey when it goes up and down. How do you keep the structure when, hey, maybe if you see them cheating, you can try to cheat out and get them on the counterattack? How do you stay within your system against a team like the Wolves?
Well, we know that on any face-off in their zone, they're going to immediately fly the zone. So it's just, we added a defenseman in the lineup tonight because it's not reasonable to roll 5 for 3 games in a row. So, we know as a core that we're going to have to keep them in front of us and kind of slow that down and wait for our back checkers to come back and help. And, if we expect it, we can defend it. So, but it's still the same old story. We got to make sure we get pucks behind the goal line and force them to come the whole length of the ice. And the more we do that, the better our forecheck gets into a little rhythm, and the more we can create.
A couple of, one returner, one new guy in the lineup tonight. Rico Gonzalez, everyone knows about him this year. He's been great. First game back from a 2-part stint in the SPHL. Hunter Hall, the newest addition. What can you tell Rockers fans just in general what to expect from his type of game?
From what I've gathered, he's a Smith-type player, and he's got a good attitude, and he's just going to bring some energy and some physicality to the group. And, having Rico back is nice to have him around. He's a positive guy, and he works really hard, so it'll be nice to put him back there and see what he can bring us coming back from the SB.
Final question, Coach. What are you looking for tonight to try to get back on the right track, pick up a win here on a Saturday?
More of the same we were doing last night, 5-on-5. Just keep getting it deep, keep wearing them down, and, hopefully we keep doing the right things. The pucks will start landing on our stick, and we'll start to create more offense. And then, frustrate the other team by not allowing them easy access to our net.
Coach, I appreciate it. Good luck tonight against Watertown.
Thank you.
He's head coach Jameson Milam. I'm Brady Beaton. We'll have more right after this here on the Rockers Media Network. Welcome in live to Big Boy Arena, Saturday night hockey here in Fraser, Michigan. The first of two this weekend between your Motor City Rockers and the visiting Wolves of Watertown. Let's take a moment real quick to thank all the sponsors that make tonight's broadcast possible. We start with Park Avenue Productions. PSN Technology, they bring you stats all season long. Crunch Fitness, keeping your rockers ready for the rink. And finally, we have 106.7 Detroit's wheels rocking all over Metro Detroit. And thank you to everyone that makes this broadcast possible here for you on the Rockers Media Network. As we talked about, a big game for Motor City. Watertown licking their wounds after a loss up at Port Huron. They've had the better part of Motor City over the season series. Rockers' only win came in a shootout. Let's take a quick look at the starting lineup for your Motor City Rockers tonight. In net, the return of Rico Gonzalez. On the blue line, it's Doug Blaisdell and Josh Colton. And up front, the very productive line of Nick Gullo, winged by Wells and Rivers, as the Rockers look to snap this losing skid for Watertown. They're starting lineup. In net, Anton Borodkin. On defense, you have Lincoln Gingrich and Dominic Della Savita. The forwards, Trevor Newman, along with Kyle Powell and Carter Thornton, is what they have listed as their starting lineup. Starting lineup being announced here at Big Boy Arena. We'll step aside, come back with Puck Drop right after this here on the Rockers Media Network.
Up in front, shot, scores! Number one now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Security George's here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLC, Detroit's Wheels.
Up in front, shot, scores! Number one now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness. It's got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam.
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ, Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is Josh Cullen from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here on the Rockers Media Network, here live from Big Boy Arena. Already gave you the starting lineups. One other note we mentioned earlier in the pregame, the newest Rocker, Hunter Hall. He will make his debut in the purple and black, warming up earlier tonight as he's at a little bit of size, a bigger forward, more of a grinded out type of guy. He was acquired via a trade from the Blue Ridge Bobcats. He was traded for a player to be named later. Hall, 3 goals, 7 assists in the season thus far. Rockers just getting a little bigger up front. And with Avery Smith, a 2-game suspension for his aggressor penalty a night ago. Hall in not a moment too soon for Motor City. As the ceremonial puck drops go on here at Big Boy Arena, Rockers trying to get one over on this Watertown team who has, well, they've dominated this series to this point. Watertown 4-1 against Motor City. The lone win back in October, a shootout win in Watertown, just the second weekend of the year. And Watertown, a very hyper offensive team. They will sacrifice a little integrity in their own end to try to get scoring opportunities. In the 5 games, the Rockers give up over 6 goals a game against Watertown, including a pair of 8-3 losses. Last time out, a 6-4 victory for Watertown. That included 3 shorthanded goals. Rockers in their home purple uniform, black pants, and Watertown, their road whites with blue pants. Rockers going right to left, Wolves left to right. Whistle blows. Ready to get this one started. Game 2 of a 3-game homestand on the weekend. Clean win for Nick Gullo, and we're underway here at Big Boy Arena. Tristan Wells at his own blue line gives back to the captain, Josh Colton. Bangs it off the low glass behind Rico Gonzalez. Wells skates into the offensive zone. Gullo offers a screen. Dumped in. It hopped around just inside the blue line. Colton kicked it to the corner. Back behind the net. Kyle Powell works it up. Blaisdell puts it on net. Borotkin able to knock it away. Gullo took a hack at it. Couldn't find it. Oh, he sent a pass to the near point. Found a stick. Unfortunately, it was Carter Thornton. 3-on-2. Thornton had to slow up. Shot deflected by Colton over to Tristan Wells. And this, expect a little more up and down style action from a night ago. Athens, a little more disciplined team. I'll tell you what, that Athens team supremely talented. And it showed up in spades. And even though the Rockers lost 4-1, heard Coach Jamison Milam talk about it on the pregame. 5-on-5, I thought they played pretty well. In fact, only gave up 1 5-on-5 goal a night ago. The other 3 all on special teams, the last of which into an empty net. Lord couldn't kick it to the tape. Tellstrom feeds ahead. Here comes Ryder. He's got speed. Right wing circle. Drop pass. Back to Ryder. Just tipped it wide of the net. Him and Corrigan couldn't connect. 18:35 to go, first period. Rockers on the attack. Tellstrom on net. Rebound. Ryder poked at it, and it's kicked aside by Borotkin. Between the blue lines, Tellstrom. He jousts for it. At the Rockers logo. Tellstrom ties it up to Nick McGill-Diaz. Motor City coming out with a little bit of momentum. Right side, Tellstrom. Back behind, the newest Rocker, Hunter Hall. Backhand looking for Kabatayev. And Tellstrom upset with himself that he couldn't keep it in the zone. Play goes on. Motor City carrying the pace of play. You know, the silver lining about having to play a team like Athens is Not that. Rebound, a couple attempts, and Borotkin able to keep it out of the net. Playing a team like Athens a night ago, you adjust to their speed, and I'll tell you what, they are quick, their shots are fast, and Watertown, don't get me wrong, some of the guys, especially on the top lines, times like Davide Gaeta, Trevor Lord, they fly around, but after adjusting to Athens, the Watertown maybe doesn't look as intimidating as they would if you're coming in fresh off a weekend. 17:44 to go, first period. Motor City controlling the pace of play early. Shots 5-0 already in favor of the Rockers. Kabatayev hits the deck as Watertown controls it. Henning, D-to-D pass, finds Dershel. In his own end, Rotundi. He backhands over to Coach Jamison Milam. Up ahead, Cody Oakes pokes at it. It's sent past him. Milam settles it down. Rink-wide feed hits off the boards. Ryan Rotundi had the night off last evening. He's onto the ice. He had it. Now Milam. Oakes flips ahead. Borotkin, easy save. From his zone end, Trevor Newman skates it into neutral ice. Guides it over the red line and will send it over the blue. Wells, the first one there in a purple sweater. He's pressured in his own end, knocked off the puck. Rotundi banked it off the end boards. Shot saved by Gonzalez. His first one of the night. Josh Colton to the right side, looking for Rivers, a bit too tall on the pass. Rivers cut off by Dershel. Back behind, Rivers able to knock the puck loose. Gullo to the right side. Colton shot, scores! The captain, Josh Colton, and it's 1-0 Motor City early in the first. Nice all-around effort. Let's take another look. It starts when Rivers comes over, knocks the puck to Gullo, sent it out to Colton, and the Rockers capitalize early. It'll be Josh Colton, his 11th of the year from Nick Gullo and Eli Rivers. 1-0 Motor City. Took them nearly the entire game to get on the board last night. They strike in the first 4 minutes in this one. Blaisdell walks it into the zone to the right side. Finds Chris Corrigan. Drop pass. Blaisdell from the D position comes up at the hash marks. Pokes it in. Ryder on the near side hash marks. Sent it back in. Puck flipped to neutral ice. Colton able to knock it out of midair. Nice hand-eye coordination from the captain. Sometimes that bouncing rubber can be tough to settle down. Corrigan into the zone, offsides by a hair, and an extra push to Corrigan. Now he shot that as the whistle went, and with Dominic Della Savita being fairly new to Watertown, I think that was him trying to protect his guy, endear himself to his teammates. That's usually a no-no, shooting it after an offsides whistle. I don't think Corrigan had any ill intent. It was pretty bang-bang, but Dominic Della Savita with the, just letting him know he didn't appreciate that offsides. Brought to you by Great Clips. Fans, if your sides are a little off, make sure you head to Great Clips, located in the Meyer across from Big Boy Arena. Great Clips, the official hair cutter of your Motor City Rockers. Oh, excuse me, they announced that goal went to Tristan Wells, saying it was tipped out in front. So Wells doing a nice job out in front, tipping it. Colton will get the assist. It'll be from Gullo and Colton. Big man out in front, did a nice job. Either way, 1-0 Motor City. Nick McGill-Diaz in his own end. Slides across to Mac Diver. He takes his time. Sauce pass right to the tape of Kabatayev. The Russian left wing circle has it on the forehand. Guiding it around the net. Wraparound is deflected wide. Kabatayev did a nice job slithering his way behind the net. Got a shot from a good area. Motor City carrying the pace of play. 5 minutes into this one. 1-0. Rockers on top of Watertown. Out of his own end, Trevor Lord. Nick McGill-Diaz knocked it away. Gaeta, the leading scorer for Watertown, was rubbed off the puck. Shot punched away by Gonzalez. Chaos is McGill Diaz left it for Wells. He banked it off the boards. Didn't even make it to the red line. Into the offensive zone left side. Graspy poked away from behind by Gullo. The sneaky stick of Nick Gullo turns it over, going the other way, and it's right back onto a Wolf stick, Brian Derschel. At center ice, errant feed goes back to Ryan Rotundi, the Port Huron native. Chips it ahead, back to Milam to the right side. Tellstrom puts on the brakes, leaves it for Milam. Right wing circle, shot broken up behind the net. Oh, took a funky hop, nearly in a tough area for Borodkin. And with 13:57 to go in the first period, play goes on. Henning to neutral ice, finds Dempwolf. Left wing circle, shot gloved out of the air by Rico Gonzalez. He's settling right back in here at Big Boy Arena. 13:45 to go first period. Tristan Wells has Motor City out in front. We'll step aside. You're watching Motor City Rocker Hockey.
Up in front, shot, scores! Summers line now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, this is Josh Cullen from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here on the Rockers Media Network, 13:45 to go in the first. Rockers lead it 1-0 here on the Rockers Media Network. Whether you're from just around the corner in Fraser, whether you're supporting around the country, maybe you're a fellow Watertown fan, make sure to give us a like, subscribe to the Rockers YouTube page, and just help us grow the brand. As hopefully we can slowly grow this out. Hopefully some things coming later in the month that can take it another step further. One small step at a time. Rockers took a good first step towards breaking this losing streak, scoring first. Out of the zone, Corrigan to Ryder, the Monroe connection. Back to the right side, Tellstrom takes a slap shot, and it's knocked behind the net. Motor City, again, playing with a lot of speed. They did not play poorly against Athens. Athens just has again, a supreme amount of talent. They're playing very similarly, getting some more results here in the early going against Watertown, but as the theme has been during the skid, consistency. It's been a good first 7 minutes, still have 53 to go. Shot gloved out of the air by Gonzalez. Selfishly happy to see Rico back in a purple sweater. He had stints in both Peoria and Pensacola. And honestly, his numbers were pretty solid at both spots. You'll be hard-pressed to find a goalie that's had a better season in the Fed than Rico, even without the last few weeks being spent in the Fed. Blaisdell tried to get it to Colt. No, he faked everyone out, including the broadcaster. Hall up to Oakes. On the right side, he left it. He's knocked to the boards, pressured by McDonald. Back behind to Hall. Slipped out, Kabatayev comes up. Physical game here early on. Flanagan rings it around the boards, coming down to play it. Carter Thornton, left wing circle out in front. No, it was kicked aside behind the net. Gonzalez puts the trapper on top of it. Take a second to reset. Get some fresh legs out there for both sides. While this game has been physical, two of the more physical players, two of the guys more likely to be involved in some extracurriculars, Avery Smith and Andrew Whalen respectively, are suspended. Whalen will be back tomorrow. Smith, well, he gets the rest of the weekend off, serving a 2-game suspension. Left wing circle, shot saved by Gonzalez. Watertown starting to control the play a little more. They're settling in.
They got off to a slow start last night as well. They were down 3-0 before they tried to storm back, came up a bit short up in Port Huron. Out of their own end, Henning. Ahead to Lord. Shot from outside the circle, and that was way off the mark. Wells chops at it. Ryder picks it up in stride into the offensive zone. Excuse me, that's Rivers. Left wing circle. Back for Gullo. McGill Diaz walks up out in front. Tip just wide. Wells looking for number 2. The putt goes into the stands for a lucky fan. 11:50 to go. First period. 1-0. Motor City leads Watertown. Clean win for Gullo. McGill Diaz walks it up the half wall. Shot into the glove of Borodkin. We'll do the draw all over again. Tie up on this draw. Picked up by Watertown. Working out of their own zone. Grass speed to the near side. Powell. Over center ice into the Rockers' end. Powell. The pass rather was deflected by Gonzalez. Back behind the net. In the Rockers' end, shot kicked aside. Scoreboard just went off, and the official will blow the whistle as they scramble in the box, and it's deja vu. Tomorrow's game is a rescheduled contest from when the scoreboard stopped working, and it's back on, and a round of applause for the scoreboard back on and running, and everyone just breathed a huge sigh of relief. They put at 11:35. So I think they're going to reset it to 11:19. All right, that was nerve-wracking for a moment. Coming over to give the explanation to Justin Coachman, the head coach of Watertown. They put 11:19 on the clock. Zach Zolkanich, the recipient of the word from the officials, and I believe we're good to go. Tie up off the draw. Slides to the near side, Brad Ryder. Flips ahead, knocked down by the left hand of Gaeta. Back between the blue lines. Watertown working on the attack. Gaeta to Lord. This is the dangerous line for Watertown, but a pass doesn't have a home. Tellstrom collects. From the low slot, shot saved by Gonzalez. Comes to the near side boards. Ryder races after it, slashes at it. It'll go over all 3 lines, back into the Watertown end. De La Savita to the near side. Tristan Wells, the lone goal here in the first period. A tip in from Josh Colton. Lord behind his own net. Starts the breakout. Takes it out of his own end into the Rockers' end. Lord glides. Shot high and wide. Off the glass. Kept in by the stake of Powell. Over to Cody Oakes. He's trying to relieve some pressure. Watertown looking for the equalizer early in this one. Rotundi. 2-line pass off the mark, and it's back on the stick of Kyle Powell. Into the neutral zone. Cheevers chipped it in deep. Rotundi. He battles for it. Along the end boards, more than midway through this first period, 1-0. Motor City on top of Watertown. Tristan Wells strikes first. It was his 14th of the season. Flip ahead, and again a Watertown player, the first one there. That was Ian McDonald. In front of the bench is turned over. Kabatayev, the deke, left wing circle, and he fanned on the shot, but a penalty coming up. a slash against Watertown, and with 9:31 to go in the first period, we will go on the Continental Electric power plays when we come back. Flanagan to the box, Motor City on the power play, and us to a break. 1-0, Rockers on top. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hey, this is TJ Sneed from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here on the Rockers Media Network, 1-0, Motor City on top here in Fraser. Let's see what's going on around the Fed as we take a look. Carolina on top of Columbus. Danbury and the Hockey Club Venom tied 0-0. Port Huron an early goal on top of Athens, 1-0. Mississippi and Baton Rouge, they're actually playing tonight. Binghamton and Blue Ridge 0-0. And Monroe and the Dashers are tied at 0. We go on the Continental Electric Products Power Play. Proudly made in Michigan, Continental provides power solutions to industry. Continental Electric Products, a premier partner of the Motor City Rockers. Milam off the draw to the right side. McGill Diaz walks it up back to the coach. One-timer saved by Borodkin. 9:23 to go in the first, just 7 seconds elapsed on the Rockers power play. We appreciate everyone out there watching, whether you're, again, in Fraser or out in New York. I was told to tell the Anderson kids to go to bed. I say stay up. There's a power play. Rockers are up 1-0. Keep the Anderson kids watching. They're a good luck charm tonight. McGill Diaz, right wing circle. Spins around. He surveys the scene. Across the way, Rivers. Shot deflected by the backside of Dustin Henning. Puck goes down the length of the ice, and we're 30 seconds into the Continental Electric Products power play. Chance for the Rockers to take a 2-goal lead here in the early going. McGill Diaz over to Rivers into the offensive zones. Shot, I believe, was kicked aside by Borodkin. Wells, as tall as he is, couldn't knock that down. Pressure comes from Trevor Lord. That gives back bad memories. Trevor Lord had a couple of shorthanded goals in the last meeting between these two teams. Now, the Rockers have been pretty good on the penalty kill. And honestly, I'd have to look this up. Feels like they've given up more shorthanded goals than power play goals over the last handful of weeks. 50 seconds left to go on the power play. Trying to extend the 1-0 lead. Corrigan leaves it behind him. Puck back to the point. Colton keeps it in. To the near side, Blaisdell. Back to Colton. He walks it up, near side, back to Blaisdell. Sliding to the far boards, Tellstrom. Backhands it to the middle. Kept in by Colton. Banks out the far boards, Tellstrom. To Ryder. Back to Tellstrom. 23 seconds on the man advantage. Bottom of the right wing circle, Tellstrom to the point. Colton near side. Blaisdell shot, rebound near side, and Corrigan brings it back. 13 seconds left to go on the minor penalty to Declan Flanagan. Shot goes wide of the net. Race for it, and Colton cannot keep it in the zone. The penalty will expire, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Still 1-0 Motor City. 7:25 to go in the first period. Watertown on the attack. Drop pass left side. Thornton. Shot slides wide of the net. Along the near side boards. Back behind Thornton to the far corner. On the hash marks. Back to the point. Back into the corner, and Josh Colton pressures the puck away. Hops back to Trevor Lord. Right in front of the Rockers bench. Puck slides deeper into the Rockers zone, but quickly back to the blue line into neutral ice. The Rockers will go off for a change. Hall, Milam, Kabatayev, Oakes all come off. Josh Colton sees an opening, and he will complete the change. He's off. Ryan Rotundi is on. Very patient behind the net for Bryce Derschel. Hands it off to Graspy. He couldn't settle it down. And Hunter Hall forces the turnover to Cody Oakes. In the corner, back to Hall. Shot saved by Borotkin. He closed that 5-hole in a hurry. That's the 13th shot on goal for Motor City. And stats all season long brought to you by PSN Technologies. Behind the net, puck kick to the corner. Bank to the near side. That's Lord, shovels it back in for Derschel. Stands behind Borotkin. 6:02 to go, first period. Rockers lead it by a goal. Strong start for Motor City tonight. The theme is consistency. Lord gets it into the offensive zone on the backhand. Kick saved by Gonzalez. Rico picking up where he left off for Motor City. Left wing circle, it's broken up. And back to the stick of Ryan Rotundi. Kabatayev, he absorbs a hit. Into neutral ice, Hall couldn't guide it past Graspy. Horseshoeing around, Gonzalez a step too slow to settle the puck down. Might have got a piece of it. Rivers couldn't get around Della Savita. Graspy. And the puck hopping around in front of both benches. Watertown controlling play. Lord off the bank shot, or bank pass I should say, didn't have it. Back in Watertown's end. Watertown's possessed the puck for a while, only one or two real high quality chances. Motor City again has been much better in their own end. Last night of the 4 goals, just the 1 on 5-on-5. On the near side boards. Thornton between the hash marks. It's poked away by Gullo. And anytime Watertown's tried to get it in a dangerous area, the defense collapses and tightens up the pressure. Tristan Wells to McGill Diaz, backhands it, the chase. McGill Diaz, Borotkin puts it off the glass near side. Rockers trying to keep the puck in deep. Ryder racing to it, he'll be the first one there. To McGill Diaz, the D-man, shot, deflected, rebound, Wells, oh, he put it parallel with the goal line. Puck still in possession, Diver, shot deflected by Gullo. Oh, Wells upset, he knew he had an open goal mouth. He just didn't get the right angle. It stays 1-0 Motor City. Corrigan puts it at the blue line. Back in deep. Thornton couldn't control it to the far side. Tellstrom put it to neutral ice, but right on the stick of Declan Flanagan. 3:38 to go, first period, 1-0. Motor City on top thanks to Tristan Wells. Diver over to Tellstrom, to Hall, and it's broken up. Colton slides back to Mac Diver, one of the newer signings, college players. An offsides call with 3:24 to go in the first. Draws a whistle. Offsides brought to you by Great Clips, the official haircut of your Motor City Rockers. Go to their location in Roseville to keep your hair on sides today. 3:24 to go in the first, 1-0. Motor City on top of Watertown. You're watching the Rockers Media Network.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Satiric Georges here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Rockers have a lot of home games coming up down the home stretch. Right now we're in the middle of the Kroger Food Drive. Next weekend we'll have Big Boy Hockey Club Night, the one game with Port Huron, and then again a slew of promotions the rest of the season. Hope you can find your way down to Big Boy Arena. 9:24 to go in the first period. Officially, the only goal in the books at the 3:25 mark, Tristan Wells, Josh Colton, and Nick Gullo. Neutral zone draw. Kabatayev slowly got it back to Blaisdell. Shot into the glove of Borodkin. From outside the blue line, Borodkin saw it all the way. Motor City out shooting Watertown 13-8. Off the draw. Colton slashes at it. Delayed offsides. Watertown has to touch up. Allows Blaisdell. Give back to Colton. Two-line feed looking for Hall. Hall along the blue line. Banked out of the zone. Oakes gives it back. Hall in his debut, all alone. Shot, save, rebound, still loose, and it's along the boards. Blaisdell keeps it in. The pressure persists. Blaisdell couldn't get a shot off. Across the way to Colton. A couple of tries at it. Eventually just has to backhand it in. Oakes shot stick aside by Borodkin. In between the blue lines. That's Graspy. Back around the boards. Comes all the way near the blue line. Henning keeps it in. In the near corner. 2:08 to go first period. 1-0 Rockers. Shot saved. Rebound loose. Scramble for it. Gets chipped wide of the net. Gonzalez made the initial save. Wasn't quite sure where that frozen biscuit was sitting. And Watertown couldn't put it on net. Wells pressuring. Wolf goes down. An arm goes up. And Motor City likely spending the rest of this period down a man as Blaisdell collects. And with 1:44 to go in the first period, it is 1-0 Motor City. But the first power play of the night for Watertown coming up. Tristan Wells, 2 for tripping. The Rockers have it their way. They'll go to the locker room still on the penalty kill. Watertown trying to even it up before the horn. Powell takes his time, slides up to Graspy. Left side, Derschel. To the point, Powell. Kick to the tape, Derschel, rink wide feed. Lord, top of the right wing circle to the point. Shot kicked away by Gonzalez. Milam, he goes down as he whacks at the puck. Rivers backhands it in a couple steps behind Nick Gullo. And we're looking for maybe the chance shorthanded. Rockers have been a little more aggressive down a man in recent games. 1:09 to go in the first, 1:25 to go in the power play. Shot saved and pinned to the chest of Gonzalez. Rockers will keep. Oh no, they'll get some new legs out there, pardon me. Corrigan on the dot. Tie up. Left wing circle, back to the point. Centering Powell. Left wing circle, Gaeta. Didn't like the look. He'll go back. Lord, back to Gaeta. Hacky sacks it to this tape. Powell, right side to the point. Lord, shot goes up and over. Hits off the top of the net. Scramble for it. Corrigan trying to get it out of the zone. He takes it to the boards. Couldn't do much with it. Back in possession of Watertown. Ryder backhands ahead. Corrigan racing after it. Won't get there. 32 seconds left to go in the first period. Milam clears it. Watertown will have time for one final rush. Rivers and Gullo come out to try to get us to the horn. Motor City still up a goal. 20 seconds as Lord stops at the blue line. Barely kept it in. Milam behind the net. He's pressuring on the back end. 10 seconds left to go in the period. Gonzalez saw the puck slide into the crease, put the glove on top of it. 6.1 to go in the first period. Draw on the Rockers' end. Gullo with the clean win. Gonzalez guides it to Rivers. Sends it down the length of the ice. And we go to the first intermission. Your Motor City Rockers on top 1-0. Thanks to Tristan Wells netting the goal just 3 minutes into this one. We'll take a break, come back, recap the first period and more. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Up in front, shot, scores! Numbers line now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, this is Nick McGill-Diaz from the Motor City Rockers. You're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric.
Back here on the Rockers Media Network, 1-0, Motor City on top of Watertown. Lone goal scored by Tristan Wells. Assists go to Josh Colton and Nick Gullo. The goal for Tristan Wells, number 14 on the year. Josh Colton picks up his 17th assist. He's 17 points away from the all-time Rockers scoring record. And Nick Gullo, he picked up assist number 18 for him on the year. 1-0. Motor City on top of Watertown. I thought it was a very well-played period. Take a look at the shots on goal between both sides. Motor City 17 shots on goal to Watertown's 11. I'll tell you what, during this losing streak, you'll be hard-pressed to find a lot of 17-shot periods from Motor City. I really like the process from them. Thought it was a very strongly played period, and it has to help the psyche a bit in the locker room. After 20 minutes, you're rewarded with the goal, you're rewarded with the lead, but one more time, I'll reiterate, and I'll keep reiterating it throughout the game, that during this losing streak, consistency has been the name of the game for the Rockers. And it was evident a couple weekends ago against Watertown. Didn't play bad for long, but when they let off the gas, Watertown took advantage of it and came away with 6 points on the weekend. 1-0 Rockers lead at the first intermission. We'll step aside. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hey, this is TJ Sneed from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's James Campbell, your Motor City Rockers in-arena host, back again with another 5 minutes in the box. This time, I'm joined by the returning Nick Gullo. Nick, how's it going, man?
Oh, it's going well. Excited to be here. Happy to do this, and let's rock here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, first game back as a Rocker this season. For those of you who don't know, I think you played on past seasons.
Yep, last season. Yep.
Last season. So last season you were a part of the Rockers team. First game back, scored the game-winning in overtime goal against the Port Huron Prowlers. How's that feel, man?
Exciting. I mean, most importantly, we got the win, right? And I think it showed a lot of resilience in our group coming back down 2-0 with, I think, under 4 minutes left. And obviously, it feels good to make a contribution. I guess it is a new team. Just to come in, help the boys get a win, right? Kind of solidify yourself, let them know you're here for the right reasons. And like I said, it got us the win, and that's most important.
I feel like it's got to feel a little extra special. A, returning to the team, and B, I believe you came from the Dashers, who haven't been doing so hot this season.
Yeah.
So to actually record a W on the team you're playing for had to absolutely feel good as well. So some of the fans that are new to the Rockers, can you tell me a little bit about your hockey journey? Like, where are you from? How did you get into hockey originally?
So I'm from Rochester, New York. And I actually grew up, my uncles were playing hockey just like recreational, like men's league or whatever. And From what my parents tell me, I was, walking at about 9 months, and then they had me on skates at 1.5 years. And
No way. Wow.
yeah, and I was
okay.
like pretty typical, like skating on a pond or on a frozen parking lot as a kid. And it's honestly my earliest childhood memories are playing hockey or skating. And I was your typical kid, messing around the house, always had a hockey stick in my hand. It was always on the TV. And went through my local youth learn to skate program, and went through travel programs, traveled a little bit. I left home at 12 years old to go live out of town to play for a better youth program, and juniors, college, and now pro. So the rest is history. But to say it's been my whole life is pretty accurate. And I'm sure later in this video we'll get to what my business is now outside of hockey, which is still involved in hockey. But for sure, it's been everything I could have ever dreamed of and wanted, and I'm just happy that I've been part of this ride.
That's awesome. But yeah, you mentioned it. So tell us a little bit about what do you do when you're not on the ice playing hockey?
Yeah, so and when I was in high school and college, I started helping out with just private lessons at my local rink. And as I've gotten older, I progressed and found that this is something that I have a knack for, and I really like to do it. So me and one of my best friends, we started our own business this summer called Hire Hockey. For the fans to check that out, get a plug, hirehockey.net. And basically what it is, it's an online mentorship and video analysis for kids from 8 years old all the way up to Division I or Olympic hockey players.
Very
and
cool.
Just to go into a little bit about it, we'll clip their games and basically like what coach would do with us. We're going to go over film with them and, kind of help them on the journey their journey that we took, and just spread our tutelage to them.
Oh, very cool. Like passing some of the knowledge down to the younger generation.
Yep. And then obviously we do on ice stuff with them in the summer too, but while we're away playing our seasons respectively, it's a way to keep in contact and help the next generation of future players.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep.
You can kind of give back and keep the hockey alive in the youth. Because I feel like a lot of times now, like kids are more focused on like video games and being like influencers and stuff like that, and less about like being outside, being active and playing sports. So that's awesome.
And what's cool about it too is everyone says hockey's 90% mental and 10% physical. Well, everyone always teaches the on ice or the physical part, right? Where with us at Hire, we've really dove into the mental aspect of it and mental conditioning and therapy that goes on with athletes of all different ages, right? You have teenage kids who are going through God knows what with changes, and kids trying to get committed to schools, or maybe they're finding out that their parents want them to play hockey and it's really not for them. So there's so much more to the mental side, and that's kind of what we focused on. So it's really exciting. It's going incredibly well. And I hope everyone comes and checks out the website.
Oh, that's awesome. That's very cool. Hobbies, man. What do you do hobby-wise? Obviously, you're playing hockey. You're mentoring, the youth with hockey. What do you do that's not hockey related?
I don't know if this really counts. I went to school for exercise science and kinesiology, so I got my strength and conditioning degree.
Okay.
So I coach as a sport performance or sport specific type gym. So we're working with athletes, again, boys and girls of all different ages, all different levels, all the way up to Olympic athletes. So I do that a lot. I guess that's somewhat related to hockey. But other than that, I like to hike a lot and kind of just go walking, like not anything like mountain peaks, but just walking through trails and stuff like that.
Cool. You like the outdoors, that type of stuff. That's funny because Rico Gonzalez, we sat down and talked, and hiking was one of the things that he enjoyed doing as well.
Yeah.
What's the coolest place you've hiked?
Coolest place I've hiked? There's like some wildlife refuge in western or more central New York. It's called Montezuma, and it's pretty cool. It's just like a big marshland, but there's some forest to it, and you can see and I'm kind of nerd out with this stuff. You can see like over 100 to 200 different species of like birds and animals in this wildlife refuge.
Are you a bird guy?
A little bit, yeah. So my mom worked.
Never would have thought. A bird guy right here. We got gardeners, we got bird guys, you got it all.
My mom worked at the lab of ornithology for Cornell. For those of you who don't know, the ornithology is the study of birds. So
that's what I would have assumed. I didn't know that for sure, but
so her job was basically to monitor certain species of birds that might be common or foreign, and just kind of study their behaviors and stuff. And she was doing that when I was a teenager. So whether I was reluctant or not, she dragged me out on trails with the big binoculars and telescopes, and I kind of found that was kind of cool. And I don't nerd out too much on it, but I know a little bit more than your common person. So it's kind of cool.
Do you have a favorite bird species you'd have to share?
No, nothing crazy.
No?
Nothing.
Okay.
No, a duck. Definitely a duck. Just a duck. Yeah,
okay,
for sure. It's a plain mallard duck are my favorite.
Mallard duck.
I want to own a duck, so if anyone's selling a duck, contact me. I'll buy your duck. So my girlfriend and I would love it. It'd be fantastic.
I have a friend who has 2 ducks as a pet.
Let us know. We're looking to
wild.
we're looking to house a duck.
So that's very cool.
But, yeah.
I'll put some feelers out for you.
Yeah, see what we got out there.
So being from New York, who do you root for in terms of like pro sports, football, hockey? Do you have some favorite teams?
Well, this is very soft subject right now. I'm a diehard Bills fan.
Oh,
so I mean, look at all you Chiefs fans out there. We know you're cheating, right? We know that. You can agree to it.
The NFL's rigged. Everybody knows
NFL is
that.
rigged. No, that one hurt. We're still mourning, so please give us our space and time. But diehard Bills fan. I have jumped through a couple tables before. I'm okay.
Oh, you're part of the Bills Mafia right here. Bills Mafia right here.
Yeah, one of them. Quiet guy off the ice, but sometimes I get a little wild there. Hockey's weird. So I grew up a Sabres fan, but now I know so many players who play that I grew up training with or whatever that are in the NHL that I'm personally friends with. I'm more a fan of them.
So you're more of a fan of players specifically.
Correct, right? I want my friends to do personally well. So if they're on X team, like yes, I want that team to do well. I think deep down, sure, I'm still a Sabres fan. But
so you pick favorites, like if you have 2 friends that are playing on opposite teams going against each other.
Well,
you flip a coin,
we'll see who can get me the coolest stuff after.
Well, perfect.
Right? You got to go your perks, and then actually my family and myself are diehard Yankees fans. Like ask any of the guys in the room, I'm a diehard Yankees fan. Everybody knows it.
That kind of hurts me a little
bit.
Does
that sting you a little bit?
A little bit. You know, Detroit Tigers, you know, the whole team. So.
I went to a Tigers game last year in my tour of duty here. So that was pretty cool.
Did you enjoy it, I hope?
I did. It was cool. We went opening day, actually.
Oh, that's a good one to go to.
It was really cool. Like that whole little block
as long as
downtown.
It's not freezing cold.
No.
Was it the year that was like
No. It was legitimately like 80 degrees last year.
Oh, nice.
It was like almost too hot.
So. Nice.
But it was cool,
It's never too hot.
Still trying to get go to the LCA to see the Wings play, so I'll make sure to do that.
Absolutely, have to get you down there.
Yeah, for sure.
Nick, anything else you want to add? Anything you want to say other than check out?
Yeah, check out Higher Hockey. We'd love to work with you guys and stuff, and also just keep coming out and supporting the boys. Friday night was awesome, having that crowd and being able to get a win. And whether you guys believe it or not, the crowd does make a big difference to us. So keep coming out, keep supporting. We'll keep climbing the ladder here to make that playoff push late in the season.
Awesome. Nick, thanks so much. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Thanks
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Thank
Good
you,
luck
guys.
the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And we'll send things back over to the broadcast booth powered by KE Electric Supply. Check it out.
Up in front, shot scores! Number one, now shot scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FBHL full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Up in front, shot scores! Number one, now shot scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FBHL full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, this is Sam Gagno from the Motor City Rockers. and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply. Go Rockers!
Back here on the Rockers Media Network, 1-0 Motor City on top of Watertown after a period. And then the one thing I really like that I saw from Motor City is they limited a lot of the attempts, a lot of shot attempts from Watertown. You take a look at what Watertown did the last time they were here. In 5 of the 6 periods they played, they reached at least 11 shots on goal. Through the first period here tonight, they only had 11, and that was aided late by a power play. In fact, in the first period, each of the last 2 meetings, 18 and 16 shots on goal for Watertown, respectively. Motor City never had more than 16 on net in those last 2 games, 17 here in the first period. As we're going to have to take a couple minutes longer. The Zamboni, a little late. We had a youth hockey team out there, a lot of young hockey fans out there enjoying a shootout here at Big Boy Arena. But again, sometimes, and this is what Coach Jamison Milam had talked about, sometimes you don't get the results you're looking for even when you're doing the right things. And I think that is what he was really harping on. And a good first 20 minutes where I think they did a lot of things right. The goal was a solid goal. You got a body out in front. Colton fires a shot. It's tipped by Borodkin, and you're good to go. Last night, they played better, but it doesn't show on the scoreboard. And in a locker room, it can be frustrating to where you're going, man, I feel like we're doing a lot of things right. Heck, you look at the last 2 weekends. Against Columbus, you have a 3-1 lead, and in 2 minutes it goes to a 5-3 deficit. You can't take away those 2 minutes, but man, outside of those 2 minutes, you played some strong hockey, but when you're not getting the results and the losses are piling up, it's only human nature to let it mentally get to you a little bit. So, good first 20 minutes, absolutely, but now the Rockers have to find a way to take the next step where they say, okay, good first period, but we can't rest on our laurels. You have to keep the pressure up. It starts by killing the first the last 14 seconds of the Tristan Wells minor penalty and getting back to 5-on-5 hockey. And on the other end of that is, hey, Watertown's a good team. They score a lot of goals. If they do get one, don't let it turn into 2, 3, 4 mistakes. Watertown trailing Motor City 1-0 as we get ready for the second period. We'll take one quick break. Come back with the middle frame. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Picked up in front, shot, scores! Number 1, now shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
The long drink presents tonight's second period. The second period is known as the period of the long change, so naturally, the perfect drink to go with it, the long drink. Sparkling refreshment, real liquor. Try one today. 1-0 Motor City on top. Not much to recap in that first period, but Tristan Wells got his 14th of the year. That's the lone goal, is Motor City trying to snap a 9-game skid. Rico Gonzalez back in net. Trevor Babin played last night, only gave up 3 goals on 48 shots. That's not a bad performance, but against, again, a really strong Athens team. That was tough to score. Offense was not coming in spades, so four goals, just too much to overcome. Both sides out for the second period. Couple of laps for both sides. Tristan Wells back in the penalty box. 14 seconds on the board as he finishes his sentence of a 2-minute tripping minor. Excuse me, 16 seconds. Math not my strong suit. Reason I'm up here. Officials huddled at center ice. Trevor Lord patiently waiting. He's eager to get this started for Watertown. Gullo, Rivers, Blaisdell, and Colton out there. So Wells' fellow line mates out on the ice. And the second period underway. Blaisdell, quick dumping. That should get rid of the majority of the final 16 seconds of the Wells tripping minor. Down to 5 seconds. Slides to Lord at neutral ice. And the Rockers kill their first penalty of the night. Lord, shot deflected by Colton. Over to the far side, knocked behind the net. Blaisdell picks it up, slides to Rivers. Backhands, Wells reaches behind him. Couldn't collect it cleanly. The new sheet of ice a little too slick. Maybe at the end of the period he's able to haul that one in, but not in the first 30 seconds. Rivers over to Gullo. Far board shot deflected, and it'll hop in the right wing circle. Wells back behind the net. Rivers wasn't quite sure where that puck was. He spun around, slides to the far side where Trevor Lord pushes it to the middle. Wells pressuring Graspy. Watertown in their own end, a minute into the second period. Gaeta has a good look, shot, scores! Ringing around the post, and Davide Gaeta ties it at 1. He got a step, and he put it in a soup can in the top left corner. 1-1 game. A perfect offense beats perfect defense, and the D-men a little too far spread out, and it went from the left post to the crossbar to the right post and in. Gaeta, his 30th of the year. 1-1 game, and what I talked about right before this period started, hey, Watertown has a solid team. They're probably going to score, and they do score early in the second period. Do you let one mistake compound, or do you stop the bleeding and go back on the attack? Because I thought Motor City controlled the play for more than they didn't in that opening stanza. Tie up on the draw. Quick shot, and it doesn't make it to Gonzalez, sitting between the hash marks. Back to Derschel. On the near side boards, Thornton had it poked away. Back to the blue line, over the blue line. Wolves have to touch up. They dump in, and no one offsides called. 18-13 to go, second period. Gaeta tied it up for Watertown. If your sides are a little off, remember, Great Clips keeps your hair on sides. Located in the Meijer just across the street from Big Boy Arena. Great Clips, the official haircutter of your Motor City Rockers. Corrigan couldn't win the draw. Into the offensive zone, backhand by Henning. Pushed by Gonzalez to the near side boards. Tellstrom centers. Thornton shot in front, tipped wide. That was the backhand of Dustin Henning. The veteran down low. His rocker hits the ice. That looks like McGill Diaz from his backside trying to do what he can. Ryder couldn't poke it out of the zone. And Watertown controlling the pace of play here in the second period. Back to the point. Derschel. Shot deflected. Tellstrom trying to turn defense into offense. McGill Diaz on the attack. Shot is kicked aside by Borodkin. Tellstrom, right wing circle to Corrigan, looking down low for Ryder. Pass just a little too hot to handle. Ryder, left wing circle. Corrigan, one-timer off the back glass. Ryder, his shot was blocked, but it cost Gingrich his stick for the moment. Ryder into the offensive zone, left back, and Motor City will complete the change. Milam works it ahead. The coach player left it behind for Kabatayev. Hall pestered, pushed out of the zone. I believe that was Declan Flanagan. No, excuse me, that was 62 Carter Thornton. My apologies. Feet ahead, Hall, and he couldn't get it on net. Back behind Cody Oakes. Far corner to Milam. Works around Henning. Left wing circle, and the net is off the moorings. And play goes on. It came out of the Rockers zone, so they're going to try to let Borodkin reset it. That net was very much off. Looks like we're good to go. 16:30 to go, second period, 1-1. Gaeta got the scoring started early here in the middle period. Backhand for Dempwolf. Rotundi and Botero collide. Here comes Kabatayev. He slaps at it. Couldn't do much with it. And back behind the net, Rico Gonzalez rings it along the boards. Watertown collects. Shot kicked away by Gonzalez. To the near side, that's Trevor Graspy. And Milam takes it out of his own end. Short feed to Eli Rivers, the veteran to the rookie. Rivers into the offensive zone, works around some Wolves. Backhand punched away by Borodkin. Back to the middle, Wells to Blaisdell. Down low to Gullo. Behind the net, Rivers. Searches, Josh Colton. Shot, and it wasn't deflected. Wells looking for a repeat of his first period goal. Got in front of the net. Right idea, just couldn't get any piece of it. Score stays at 1-1, 15:15 to go, second period. Gaeta broken up by Gullo. Watertown lost it. Gaeta couldn't keep the puck on the tape. It's chipped back into the Wolf end. Gullo didn't have it, and the Wolves on the attack. Lord to the right side. Right wing circle, and a pass off the mark. They are looking for Gaeta once again. From the point, shot sticked aside by Rico Gonzalez. In the near corner. Puck dug out by Trevor Lord. Much better second period, or at least start to the period for Watertown than they had in the first. Off the far boards, kept in the zone. Blaisdell knocks it down with the glove. Works around Trevor Lord, but couldn't keep the puck with him. Just kept it in the zone. Along the end wall. Colton, oh, he got a little friendly fire. Oh, a penalty coming up. Maybe not friendly fire. Gullo came in at the same time. There's not too much complaints from Watertown, so I'm going to take that as an admission of guilt from Trevor Graspy. He goes to the box, 14-12 to go in the second period. A chance for Motor City to take the lead back. 1-1 game here in the second. You're watching Motor City Rockers Hockey.
Puts up in front, shot, scores! Number's now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FBHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, this is TJ Sneed from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Trevor Graspy in the box, 2 minutes on the board, and that means it's a power play powered by Continental Electric Products. Proudly made in Michigan, they provide power solutions to industry. Continental, a premier partner of your Motor City Rockers. Both penalty kills, 1 for 1 on the night. Not a bad spot after Davide Gaeta gave Watertown the equalizer just 68 seconds into the frame. Second chance for the power play unit for Motor City. It's Colton and Blaisdell out there alongside Ryder, Tellstrom, and Corrigan. Rockers fans in attendance looking for a big win here on a Saturday. Start of the power play, Rockers control it. Corrigan behind the net. Surveys the scene. Back to Colton at the far point. Left wing circle, Corrigan. Looking for somewhere to send it. Short feed to Colton, over to Blaisdell. Blaisdell centers, Tellstrom, rink wide feed, Colton on net, tipped, and they couldn't get it by Borodkin. Ryder back to Tellstrom at the point, Blaisdell out in front, and it's deflected up into the netting. 32 seconds into the Motor City man advantage. Still 1-1. Rockers will keep the same 5 out there. They cycled it through very nicely. The first 32 seconds. Off the draw, clean win back to Colton. The captain walks it up, shakes off Thornton in the corner, back to the point, Blaisdell. Return to Colton. Rink wide feed, Tellstrom. Walks it up, back to Colton. Shot, hits the crossbar. Inches away from regaining the lead. Rockers still with the puck. Blaisdell over to Colton. Nearly halfway through this power play, out in front, and Borodkin didn't have it initially. Got the trapper on top. 13-13 to go in the middle period. 1-1 game. And both sides will get some new blood out on the ice. It's Eli Rivers, Nick Gullo, alongside Tristan Wells, Jamison Milam, Nick McGill, Diaz out there for Motor City. Gullo draws against Lord. 61 seconds left to go in the power play. And the first clear of the penalty kill for Watertown. Gonzalez settles it down behind his net. McGill Diaz takes his sweet time. Working up and out of the zone. McGill Diaz over the first 2 lines to Milam over the third. Along the boards, down low, Rivers, backhands to Wells. Pressure comes in the corner, to the point, McGill Diaz. Stick handles to Milam. Slap shot, saved by Borodkin to the corner. Can't get it along the board, stays in deep. Back to McGill Diaz, 24 seconds in the power play. Milam, stick handles, returns to McGill Diaz, backhand keeps it in the zone. Up the half wall, behind the end line, McGill Diaz puts on the brakes, 14 seconds in the power play. Shot from a shallow angle, tipped just wide. Rivers on his horse to keep it in the zone, 7 seconds. Milam back to Rivers, 3 seconds left to go. Shot deflected, and a successful penalty kill for Motor City. McGill Diaz breaking it up. Graspy nearly had it straight out of the box. Feed near side, Graspy shot, saved by Gonzalez. Shut the 5-hole door in the nick of time. .12:02 to go in the second period. Wasn't a bad power play effort from Motor City, just a better penalty kill from Watertown. Anton Borodkin, 25 saves on the night. Rockers tallying up the shots. Tie up on the draw. Ends up on the far point. Off the end boards. poked away. Hall went down. The Watertown bench, some stick taps and appreciation, one touch. And Colton took one up high, and the Rockers going right back on the penalty kill, or the power play rather. Wolves going on the penalty kill. Marcus Dempwolf to the box. 2 minutes for a high stick, and fans at home, you know it's a power play powered by Continental Electric Products. Proudly made in Michigan, they provide power solutions to industry. Continental, a premier partner of the Motor City Rockers. The Rockers keep stacking power plays like the one they just had. They'll be successful eventually. Tie up off the draw. Rivers spins off it. The puck goes down the length of the ice. Quick clear from Watertown. First 10 seconds he rode rather quickly. Miguel Diaz out of his own end to Milam. Skates it over the red line into the offensive zone. Milam slows it down. He'll retreat. Didn't like what he saw. Poked off the puck. Rivers to Wells. 30 seconds into the Motor City man advantage. Hasn't been nearly as efficient as the last one. Puck back to neutral ice. Miguel Diaz waits for his teammates to make a change. Colton out there alongside with Ryder and Tellstrom. 1:13 left to go in the Watertown penalty kill. The dump and chase from Gullo. Throws the body on the end boards. Henning wards him off. Puck slides to the near side. Ryder glides to the point. Right wing circle Tellstrom. He spins back. 55 seconds to go on the power play. First time the Rockers have really set up on this minor penalty. Colton, left wing circle, takes it down. Swing and a miss. Tellstrom collects back to the point, and a penalty coming against Motor City. The high stick will negate the final 45 seconds of the Rockers man advantage, and Nick Gullo to the sin bin. We'll have 45 seconds of 4-on-4, and then a minute 15 of Wolf power play. Oh no, excuse me, it drew blood. 4 minutes go on the board for Gullo. So Gullo, an extended stay in the penalty box, a double minor. And an opportunity for Watertown to try and take this one by the horns and take the lead. Davide Gaeta evened it up a minute, 8 seconds into the second period. We'll have 45 seconds of 4-on-4. Watertown controls it off the draw. Gaeta, rink wide feed, doesn't find a home. Blaisdell can't clear. It's 4-on-4. Colton on the breakout. Shot from outside the blue line, a save and a whistle. 10:16 to go. Tie up on the draw. Nearly midway through the second period. Watertown trying to take it out of their own zone. Back to Trevor Lord, 17 seconds till the Wolves are on the power play. It'll be an extended, over 3 minute long power play. Gaeta's shot never had a prayer. Lord had it picked off. Blaisdell, Oakes able to settle it down. Odd man rush. Oakes, shot just a bit wide as Dempwolf comes out of the box. And now the Rockers on a penalty kill, but a shot from center ice from Blaisdell nearly caught Borodkin off guard. 3 minutes to go in the double minor to Nick Gullo for the high stick. Thornton into the offensive zone, but it's sent down the ice by Ryder. Good news for Motor City. Next whistle will be a media timeout and a chance to take a second, pause, and gather yourself, catch your breath. Graspy on the near half wall. Slides back, Gingrich. Back to Graspy. Searching for somewhere to send it. Rotundi gets in the way. Behind Gonzalez, he'll shovel it near side. 2:23 to go in the double minor. And cleared the length of the ice by Mac Diver. Borodkin didn't get a lot on that stretch pass. Trevor Lord had his pocket picked, and right back down to the Watertown end goes the puck. 8:35 to go in the second period, 1-1. Motor City and Watertown all tied up. First minor penalty has been served, now into the back end of the double minor. Shot never had a chance, and back out of the zone. Watertown hasn't really cycled through too much on this abbreviated double minor. Trying to get out of their own end. Rivers with the steal. Backhand. Oakes, and he tried to poke it back to Rivers. Nowhere to be found. But if nothing else, precious seconds tick away. 90 seconds left to go till Gullo's out of the box, and Watertown can't even jumpstart the power play. Trying to get the car to turn over, to no luck. Newman. Around the boards, near side. On the half wall, puck goes down the length of the ice. Clinic tape being put out there right now by Motor City. Corrigan pressures, forces Borodkin to backhand to the near side. Flanagan gets it up and out of the zone to Carter Thornton. He'll carry it on the attack, leave for Gingrich. He dumps it in, but Miguel Diaz, the only one in the zip code by the puck. He'll flip it into neutral ice. 48 seconds left to go on the double minor. 7:12 to go in the second period. Watertown not found an effective attack on this power play. And it was Graspy that blew a tire. Had to reset. 27 seconds, Graspy. Finally setting up a power play. To the right side, Lord walks up, shot deflected, and they score. A solid penalty kill for over 3 minutes, but it took just one shot. I'm not sure who it was deflected off of. It looks like Trevor Lord leading the way through the handshake line, and Lord, I'll presume, will get credit for the goal. His 29th of the year. A deflection out in front. And that's why penalty kills are tough. You can be solid for so long, but it takes just one shot. And with a guy like Trevor Lord, who's as good as anyone in the Fed at finding the back of the net, had a little room in the right wing circle, and Motor City finds themselves down a goal, 2-1, under 7 minutes to go in the second period. Gullo flips it to neutral ice. Wells chases after it. He dumps it in. Borodkin out of the crease to play it. Passes it along. Colton stops it from making it to center ice. He'll back skate to Wells. 2-1 Watertown. Della Savita back to the near side. Gaeta and Lord off the end boards, hits the back of the net. Gaeta the first one there. Tries to get around Blaisdell, unable to. Far side, Graspy knocked off the puck. And the Rockers with the breakout. Wells over center ice. Rivers to the near side, Colton. Shot on goal and right into the glove of Anton Borodkin. 5:53 to go in the second period. 2-1. Motor City trails Watertown. And I believe this should be the media timeout. This is the under 10 timeout. We just haven't had a whistle in a while. Well, they're lining up for the draw, and the officials, I believe, talking with the scores area. And that will be the under 10 media timeout. 2-1. Motor City trails Watertown. Trevor Lord scored on the power play. We'll take a break. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hey, this is TJ Sneath from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
(2-1) Watertown leads Motor City here in Fraser. Let's see what's going on around the Fed. Carolina on top of Columbus 4-1. A bunch of 1-1 ties you see all around, and the Dashers in Monroe just getting started. We take a trip around the Fed back to Big Boy Arena. Rockers now chasing a goal. The usual suspects for Watertown, Gaeta and Lord. For Motor City is Tristan Wells that got it started about 3 minutes in. Offensive zone draw. Hall had it knocked away on the near side boards. Henning pushes it out. Gonzalez out of his net to play it to the far side. Dempwolf back in deep in Milam. Pass off the mark, and Hall overskated a bit. Derschel sends it back in, and once again Gonzalez plays it. Oakes to the middle. Hall pokes at it, trying to cut off Derschel. Hall using that big frame. Pushed it to the middle, and here comes Watertown. 3-on-3. Offsides. And we'll bring it back to the neutral zone. And offsides brought to you all season long by Great Clips. Find them at their locations in Roseville, Warren, or the Meyer across from Big Boy Arena. When your hair is a little offsides, go to Great Clips. They'll make sure you stay on sides. Great Clips, the official hair cutter of your Motor City Rockers. Neutral zone draw. McDonald over to Flanagan. Rings around the boards. Outlet feed goes to Ryder. Him and Corrigan with speed, barely on sides. Ryder looks it up, shot, saved by Borotkin to the near side boards. Everyone was waiting for the pass. Ryder fired. Borotkin makes his 29th save of the night. Delayed penalty coming up against Watertown, and the Rockers will get their third power play of the period when we come back. Trailing 2-1, another opportunity for Motor City to even this one up. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Fans, remember we do have a game tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Watertown in a rescheduled game. We'll get this one going again about 6 p.m. Have it for you here on the Rockers Media Network as we go back on the Power Play powered by Continental Electric Products. Proudly made in Michigan, they provide power solutions to industry. Continental is a premier partner of the Motor City Rockers. Corrigan, Ryder, Telstra, Blaisdell, and Colton. Third power play of the second period. Ryder back to Blaisdell. Pressure gives to Telstra along the half wall. Back to Blaisdell. Centers the puck over to Colton. Left wing circle, returns to Blaisdell. Just inside the blue line to Telstra. He brings it up, shot just a bit wide. Colton can't get there in time. It'll go down the length of the ice, and Rico Gonzalez comes out to play it. 25 seconds into the minor penalty to Marcus Dempwolf. 4:22 to go in the second period. Watertown leads it 2-1. Blaisdell, near side Colton, rink wide feed. Ryder. Backhands across, here comes Colton. He's got a lane, down low, centering feed, Corrigan, shot, saved by Borotkin. Corrigan didn't get all of it. It nearly fooled him with an unintentional changeup. Score stays 2-1. Gullo, Rivers, Wells, Milam, and Miguel Diaz out there to try to find the equalizer on the man advantage. Tie up off the draw, knocked into the corner. The long body of Wells races after it. Back to Gullo, to the point, Miguel Diaz. Shot tipped, loose out in front, and it's sent back to the point. Miguel Diaz settles it down. Milam, clapper, saved by Barokin. Couldn't handle it. Trying to get it out of the zone, and Graspy sends it down the length of the ice. 57 seconds to go in the Motor City man advantage. 3:44 to go in the second period. Nick Miguel Diaz over his own blue line. Pass off the mark looking for Wells, and it'll go right back to neutral ice. Nick Gullo collects. 40 seconds left to go on the penalty kill for Watertown. The Wolves took the lead on the man advantage. Motor City trying to even it up the same way. Rivers, the leading scorer for Motor City, has it along the near side boards. Rink wide feed, Miguel Diaz, shot, save, loose, and it's sent down the length of the ice again. Barokin right now struggling to control the rebounds. If I'm Motor City, much like your first goal, get some bodies out in front, maybe fire a low shot, try to poke one home. 8 seconds to we're back to five-a-side hockey. Hall knocked off the puck. Kapatayev down low to Oaks, and we are back to even strength hockey. Shot, save, rebound, and I lost sight of the puck, but Anton Barokin did not. He's on top of it still. 2-1 Watertown, 2:44 to go in the second period. Motor City actually more than doubling the shots of Watertown. 35-17. Both goals have been solid ones. A tip out in front on the power play, and Gaeta picking the corner top shelf. Watertown has the 2-1 advantage. Far hash marks, Blaisdell battling. Kapatayev comes in, tries to dig the puck out. Two purple, two white sweaters, and it comes away. Low slot, shot, missed everything. Cody Oaks trying to get it out of the zone. Josh Colton comes over to assist. Kapatayev patiently waiting for it to squirt out. Oaks overskated. Back to the near corner, Quinn Shevers. Banks out, Hall. Took a second to collect. Up to Cody Oaks. Rockers had the advantage. Oaks down low, shot saved, rebound in the near corner. 2 minutes to go in the second period. Rockers throwing everything they have at Anton Barokin, but the Watertown netminder continues to stand tall. Shot saved, near side, picked up by Watertown, trying to extend their lead. Rico Gonzalez, he's stopped 16 of 18 shots. McDonald at the point was about 3 feet wide of the net. Ryder chips it out of the zone, goes back in, delayed offsides. Gives Motor City a chance to pick up the puck. 85 seconds to go until the second intermission. Colton around the boards. Ryder fought the puck a bit. Back in again, delayed offsides. Allows Ryder tap it back to his defenseman Blaisdell. Rink wide feed to Colton. Diagonal pass. Banks to Ryder. Deep into the Watertown end. Corrigan pressures on the forecheck. McDonald stops behind Barokin. Pocket nearly picked. Out in front in a dangerous area. And Watertown able to bring it back to neutral ice. Nice job by Ryan Rotundi cutting off the attack. Puck stays in the zone. Slides wide of Gonzalez. 45 seconds to go in the second period. 2-1 Watertown. Henning out in front. A couple of chances at it. Gaeta had a look. Him and Rotundi exchanging some words. Corrigan into the offensive zone. Shot doesn't make it to Barokin. Well, it does eventually as it hopped up. He had to reach up like a first baseman to grab that out of midair. 28 seconds to go into the second, or left in the second period. 2-1 Watertown on top. Gullo off the draw, back to Miguel Diaz. Brings it up to the left wing circle. Shot from a shallow angle, and it hits the crossbar, out of play. Net came off anyway. 21 seconds left to go in the second period. Motor City doing a lot of things right. They've only been able to beat Borotkin but a single time. Gullo on the offensive zone draw. Unsuccessful. Derschel turned it over. Gullo tried to get it out in front. 10 seconds left. One last rush for Watertown. Newman shot. Snagged by Gonzalez. 5.6 left to go in the second period. Watertown has turned a 1-goal deficit into 1-goal advantage, despite being heavily outshot by Motor City. 5 seconds till the intermission. Off the draw, Miguel Diaz. Head pass looking for Rivers. He'll run out of time. Borotkin made the save anyway. And we go to the locker room as Thornton and Wells having words. Officials trying to keep order. And it looks like order will be kept. We'll keep it here until we see both teams make it to the locker room. Let's take another look. I think this was, maybe they thought it was a little bit of a late shot, but Carter Thornton came over. Tristan Wells wasn't gonna let him get much further. So Miguel Diaz and Lord are meeting with the official, and it was a very brief meeting. Both sides heading to the locker room. We'll head to a break, 2-1. Watertown on top. We'll recap the second period when we come back. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hey, this is TJ Sneed from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here on the Rockers Media Network, 2-1. Watertown on top of Motor City. Motor City got the scoring started in the first period. Tristan Wells from Josh Colton and Nick Gullo. Wells tipped the shot out in front. A minute 8 into the second period, Davide Gaeta from Trevor Lord made it 1-1, and I'm telling you what, Gaeta absolutely picked the top left corner. Wasn't much Rico could do. And then on the power play, a double minor to Nick Gullo. There was about 20 seconds left when Trevor Lord tipped a pass out, or took a shot out in front. It was deflected. I believe it may have been friendly fire, as he made it 2-1. Watertown, and that's the score right now. Motor City heavily outshooting Watertown 37-20. They outshot the Wolves 20-9 in that second period, and although right now the results may not show it, if you played another period like that, more than doubling your opponent's shots, you're going to put yourself in a good chance to tie it or even take the lead in the third and try to get 3 points out of this Saturday night contest. Game 2 of 3 in a 3-game stretch. The first this weekend with Watertown. Wolves lead it 2-1. We'll take a break. Come back. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
Up front, shot, scores! Number line now, shot scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FBHL full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ, Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is Avery Smith from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Up in front, shot scores! Number line now, shot scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FBHL full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ, Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is TJ Sneed from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
Up in front, shot scores! Number line now, shot scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FBHL full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hi,
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's James, your Motor City Rockers in-arena host, back again with another 5 minutes in the box. This time, we're joined by Eli Rivers. Eli, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us.
Yeah, no
How's
problem.
it going, man?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
So, you've been like one of the leading scorers on the team. How are you feeling about the season?
It's been going well. Obviously, been getting a lot of opportunity here. So it's been good for my confidence, kind of to play in a bigger role and be needed on the offensive side of things. So it's been good. Just hoping we can finish out here and find our way into a playoff spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean it's going to be tight towards the end of the season. We still got half the season to go, so still plenty of time to get those points. But let's talk about like your journey through hockey. Like, where did you start from? I don't think, are you local to Michigan?
No, I'm not local. I'm from Vermont.
Vermont? Okay.
Yeah. So I grew up playing. I started when I was like 2 years old. My dad played hockey. My grandpa played hockey. Everyone was involved in hockey.
You come from a long line of hockey players.
Yeah, so the pressure was on. My older brother played as well, so I was in skates as soon as I could. I had a hockey stick in my hand when I was a baby. So
that's crazy. 2 years old. So I have a 2-year-old son. I can't even like grasp the concept of him like trying to ice. I can't even get him to like leave the pantry like when he wants candy. You like I don't even know how you could like direct a 2-year-old, you know, to skate and all that stuff. So that's an impressive to come up that you started so young.
Yeah.
Besides hockey, like, so what do you do when you're not on the ice playing hockey?
I just hang out. I got a dog at home.
Okay.
So I hang out with my dog. I'm at the apartment with Trevor, so he's got his dog there.
Okay.
So we got
You got
nice
the dog bonding there.
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
It's a pit bull as well.
Pit bull? Nice.
Yeah.
I have a pit bull as well. So
Yeah.
The most cuddly creatures you could ever
The best.
encounter.
They're like Velcro.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your dog's name?
Bo.
Bo?
Yeah.
Very nice. I like that. That's
Yeah.
a great name for a dog. Do you do anything? Like, do you play video games? Do you watch pro wrestling? Like
No pro wrestling.
Oh, you watch no pro wrestling?
No pro wrestling, but
don't judge.
I don't. No, I don't. But I watch a lot of hockey.
Okay.
I do play video games, but not religiously.
What team do you root for? You know,
I'm a Canadiens fan, so
Canadiens? Okay.
Vermont's kind of split 50-50. There's a lot of Bruins fans there, being in New England.
Yeah.
But we get access to CBC, so you get Hockey Night in Canada and Vermont. So I grew up watching Don Cherry.
Don Cherry with the crazy ties?
Oh, yeah. So my dad was a Canadiens fan, so he just put it on me. So I'm New England everything. I'm a Pats fan,
Okay.
Celtics, Red Sox, but when it comes to hockey, I'm a Canadiens fan. So
okay, that's very cool. That's very cool. So gaming, what kind of games do you play when you are playing?
mostly sports games, a lot of chow, yeah. So a lot of hockey.
You live it, like you breathe it, you play it, like you're always like hockey 24/7.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very cool. You into any kind of crazy foods?
No, but I do like to cook. When I was in college, I realized I had to stop just heating stuff up in the microwave and learn how to...
That's the best stuff though, like the cheap stuff that's all just preservatives and chemicals. I'm a chemical food guy. Like I love fast foods and like...
Trust me, I get my red 40 in me, don't worry.
Okay. So what's your favorite dish to cook?
I love steak. Steak's my favorite, yeah. So I do a little...
Ketchup, right?
No ketchup, no. Do a little compound butter on there and... little steak and rice, that's the best.
Oh, fantastic. Get the protein, you get the carbs, so that's probably helps you out on the ice as well.
Absolutely.
So if you weren't playing hockey, what do you think your career would end up?
I was actually kind of debating playing or not this year. I just finished up my degree last year, and I had a lot of opportunity this year to coach some hockey.
Okay.
And kind of last minute, I decided I wanted to get out there and play one more year at least. So I started in Columbus this year. I'm not sure if you know that. And then I ended up coming here. But honestly, if I wasn't playing, I'd probably be coaching.
Coaching? So you still got hockey. Hockey's your DNA. Like you said earlier, you come from the long line of hockey players. So Eli, thank you so much for taking the time to sit and chat with me in the 5 minutes in the box. Anybody you want to say hi to? Anything that you want to add?
Say hi to my brother because I know he's watching. He was begging me to do one of these. So.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Cam, your wishes have finally come true. So that's it for this edition of 5 minutes in the box with Eli Rivers, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Hey, this is Sam Gagnon from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network powered by KE Electric Supply. Go Rockers!
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's James Campbell, your Motor City Rockers in-arena host, back again with another episode of 5 Minutes in the Box. This time I'm joined by Tristan Wells. Tristan, how's it going?
Good, and you?
Not too bad, man. Can't complain. Now, I know back when they announced you were coming back to the team, again, social media blew up. The fans are excited to know that you're back on the team. Give us a little bit of history, because I know you were on the Rockers last season. Like, what's kind of your hockey journey been?
Oh yeah, I started with the Rockers around last Thanksgiving, and I got the pleasure to play with them for the rest of the last season. And then I started this year in Macon in the SPHL, and when things didn't work out there, I was pretty excited to get back here to Motor City and get back home with all the boys.
Awesome, man. Well, we're happy to see you back, and the fans are happy to see you back. What's some stuff that you do outside of playing hockey, like hobbies and things like that?
Recently, me and the guys have been going to the sauna at the gym a
Oh,
lot.
yeah?
Yeah, a lot of
Okay.
sauna time. Hop in there for about 20, 30, and then jump in the cold shower afterwards. That's been pretty sweet. Now, besides that, we've been just watching hockey and hanging out kind of in the evenings.
Hanging out.
Yeah.
So the sauna thing, like what do you enjoy? Is that like good recovery from practice, or is it just a good way to relax?
You know, I'm not really sure what the science is behind it,
Okay.
but it's just a good way to get a sweat going, get everything out of you, and I don't know, just hopping in the cold shower afterwards, super refreshing. I couldn't tell you what it does, but it does something for you.
I know you're from Denver originally, correct? Okay. So from Denver to you're down in Macon, that's Georgia. Now you're in the Motor City area.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite place? Like, do you prefer always to be home, or do you mind being away?
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I get to come home in the summer and be with my family and friends. So I definitely love Denver. And that's probably where I call home. But, you know, Detroit's kind of become a second home to me. I certainly like it here. It's a nice, gritty winter.
Yeah, it is. It is a very gritty winter. So, dude, first game back on the Rockers. You started things off with the bang. Hat trick on the first game back. How does that feel, man?
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It felt great. Yeah.
Very cool. You spend a lot of time watching hockey. So are you watching like NHL, like rooting for a team, or are you watching like game tape to try to see how you can be better as a player? Like, what kind of stuff are you watching in terms of hockey?
Like I think a lot of the guys on the team will watch their own individual game back. That's kind of something you do as an individual. But, you know, sometimes we'll sit down as a team and watch that, and we'll do video as well as a team. It's kind of break down concepts that we need to master, as well as kind of the strategies that the other team may be having in place.
I got you.
And aside from that, like we just watch, you know, hockey or football or whatever back home, just like anyone else, just enjoy
Who do you root for football wise?
No, I love the Broncos. They're hot this season. Yeah,
Okay.
but you know, I also can't go against the Lions.
Yeah, well, not in this town.
No.
That would be a big mistake in this town to go against the Lions.
Nope, I'm a Lions stan here. I just pretend so I can fit in with the rest of the guys.
Little closeted Broncos action.
Yeah. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah. What about hockey? Like, who do you root for in terms of hockey?
I love the Avs.
The Avalanche. Oh
Yeah.
man, like that's rough.
Yeah,
That's a rough one, but I get it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a hometown, so it makes
Yeah,
complete
we've been
sense.
pretty hot recently. We do all right.
Yeah. I think you might be doing a little bit better than the team we might be rooting for, but
Your boys aren't too bad either.
yeah, they're doing okay. So last year on the team with the Rockers, you were teammates, you know, with J-Mo Milan. How does it feel now that he's coach?
Fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels really fitting. I think a lot of guys look to him to set certain standards and kind of give guys advice on how to play things and how to act in certain situations. And he's just got so much experience and is such a veteran guy that, you know, you can take pretty much anything he's got to say as word. That's how it's done.
It's awesome. That's very cool. Yeah, I think when they announced also, you know, when J-Mo was taking over as the head coach, like fans online rejoiced. It was very positive feedback on that. So
the right guy for the job.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you want to say? You want to add?
No. Happy to be back here.
Okay.
Glad to be back with all the Rockers fans. Excited to get back for a home game.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, good luck this weekend.
Nice,
We
thank
appreciate
you.
you taking the time.
Of course. Thank you.
Hey, this is TJ Sneed from Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
(2-1) Watertown on top of Motor City after 2 periods of play. The Rockers come out getting ready for this third. Take a look at the recap from the first 2. Gaeta and Lord net their 30th and 29th respectively. Tristan Wells, he got the scoring started. It was his 14th. He got the scoring, the goal all the way back in the first period. Third period tonight brought to you by RJ's Construction Services. Head to RJ's Construction Services on Facebook or call 248-974-2640 for all things construction services. RJ's Construction Services, a proud partner of the Motor City Rockers. Motor City trails 2-1. And this is the best the Rockers have played continuously for 40 minutes in a while. And just talking with some people off the air during the intermission, you know, if the Rockers, even if they just had a losing record over the last month, this one might not be as frustrating, but it's a tough balancing act that I can tell you personally, I know in that locker room, they want to get off the schneid bad, that it is bugging them, and they are a prideful group. They're trying to get on the right track, getting ready for the postseason. But it can almost work in reverse, where you want it so bad, and when you're out shooting Watertown 37-20 through 40 minutes and you find yourself down 2-1, you don't want to grip that stick a little too tight. If I know Jamison Milam like I think I do, the message in the locker room going into this third period was keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. The process is going well. The results aren't showing. Yeah, Watertown's a pretty good team. Gaeta snipes one, and Lord gets a funky bounce after, frankly, what was a pretty solid penalty kill. Just an odd bounce got by Gonzalez. So we're waiting an extra handful of seconds for this ice to harden up a bit. Rockers take their time. Trevor Lord, Miguel Diaz will have a conversation with the officials. 20 minutes to go in this one. Rockers trying to avoid this losing streak to hit double digits. Last win February 1st against Monroe here at Big Boy Arena. Team has looked a lot different than they did after that one. Between acquisitions and just overall play, has been improvements, just hasn't shown up on the scoreboard. Both sides very patiently waiting, and there isn't really an exact science to this. It's kind of give a ballpark number, let's wait 2 minutes, and then the officials go, looks all right to me. Everyone getting ready to go. Billy Joel rings out in the background as Graspy gets ready to draw against Gullo. 2-1 Watertown. Start of the third period. Tie up off the draw, and Watertown controls it on the near side. Slides between the blue lines and the captain, Josh Colton. He fanned on a pass. Watertown keeps it in the Rocker end. Again, for the first minute or two, see if the extra layer of liquid on the ice plays a factor. Out in front, Graspy shot saved, and it's put in the corner. Oh, Ricky Gonzalez put in a precarious spot very quickly. Able to stonewall. Gaeta shot kicked over to the far side. Colton chips it off the glass, touched by a Wolf, no icing. And back behind his own end, Trevor Lord. Rivers takes it away. Right circle on net, deflected to the near side. Gullo was down low, just couldn't get to him. Gonzalez banks it off the near side boards. Rockers complete a change. Thornton on the attack by his lonesome. Poked away. Mac Diver. Again, young player, college signing, I should say, this year. And while he may not put up a ton of points, although he did record an assist in his first game as a Motor City Rocker, he's been noticeable in a good way as a defenseman. Now to have some of those guys that are solid in your own end, as the puck did not go out of play. There were a few different purple sweaters that put their hands up. One touch pass. Ryder and Corrigan, it split them both. Turned over. Newman, shot lifted over the crossbar. Tellstrom, backhands. And Thornton couldn't settle it down. Over to Tellstrom. Sauces it on the backhand. Picked up by Ryder. Up to Corrigan. 2-on-1. Corrigan, Ryder, broken up. Laying down on the ice to get in front of it, Declan Flanagan. A 2-on-1 doesn't even result in a shot on goal. 18:03 to go in the third period. 2-1 Watertown. Milam boxes out Thornton. Rotundi all by his lonesome. Dempwolf came to pressure. Hopping puck at the Rockers logo at center ice. Hall throws a body. Pressure's on the forecheck along the near side boards. Back to Rotundi. Hall got a piece of it. Ooh, that came up. That caught Dershel. Hall in close. Milam shot. Saved by Borotkin. Back to Hall. Rockers stay on the attack. Hunter Hall on net, deflected just a bit wide. Bounces back to Milam. He winds up. Rister is knocked away by Henning. 17-18 to go in the third period. Rockers trying to find the equalizer. Turn back over. Kabatayev shot saved by Borotkin. Igor had a look from the right hash marks, and Borotkin makes save number 39 tonight. Shots 40-22 in favor of Motor City. They have not outshot a team this heavily in a long, long time. Gullo on the offensive zone draw, a tie-up. Rivers came to try to dig it out. Watertown controls it. Up and out of zone, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Lord on the blade of his stick. Shot punched away by Gonzalez. Gullo, first one there. No pressure as he slides to Tristan Wells. Over to Rivers. Along the near half wall, poked out in front, slides by everyone's stick. Oh, it evaded both Kyle Powell and Tristan Wells. Gaeta for Watertown. Off the backboards, Blaisdell. Hopped over his stick along the near side. Back to Wells. Outnumbered him and Gullo. Wells slides ahead to Gullo. Bottom of the right wing circle, stops, searches to the point. Blaisdell, open lane, walks up, shot, rebound, loose, poking at it, and it hops to the far half wall. Borotkin has a barrier around him tonight, and the Rockers have to find a way to crack it for a second time. Gullo, left wing circle, shot, and the net comes off the moorings. And Gullo, frustrated, his palms go skyward. 16-12 to go in the third period, 2-1. Watertown on top of Motor City. Corrigan, Ryder, Tellstrom, Blaisdell, and Colton out there for Motor City. You have Graspy, Dershel, Gaeta alongside Powell and Lord out there for the visiting Watertown Wolves. To the left of Anton Borotkin. Puck hops around on the draw over the stick of Ryder, kept in by Blaisdell. Colton pokes it in further. Back over the outstretched arm of Josh Colton. 4 minutes into this third period. Rockers just can't seem to break Borotkin for a second time. They did so very early on, and Borotkin sealed up any holes he had. Ryder into the offensive zone. Bottom of the right wing circle, Ryder using his speed, near side circle. Searches to the far side. Colton puts it near net. Tellstrom tipped it just wide. To the near side, Diver trying to keep it in. It slides by. Here's Gingrich. Got around Colton. Backhands out in front. And a shot kicked away by Gonzalez. Poked to Hall. And the Rockers trying to work to safety. 3-on-3. Corrigan. To the near side. Hall. Works behind the net. Sitting in the low slot, and it's pushed away. Thornton flips it near the blue line. Diver back to his D partner, McGill Diaz. Motor City controlling the first 5 minutes of play in the third period. Talked about it with Coach Milam all the way back in the pregame. Be process-based, not results-based. Right now, the process good for Motor City, the results not. 2-1 Watertown. Puck down low. Kabatayev comes away with it cleanly. Far side wraparound, he's knocked off. Spins back behind the net. Battle out in front. The Russian still has it. He's evading out in front, and Hall couldn't get much on it. Wraparound goes parallel to the goal line. Oakes to the point. McGill Diaz shot kicked away by Borotkin. Thornton trying to cheat down the ice. McGill Diaz bailed at the right time. 14:28 to go in the third period. And Anton Borotkin, a brick wall between the pipes for Watertown tonight. 42 saves for the netminder. Back in the Motor City end, Jamison Milam. Coach slides along to Gullo, finds Wells. Ahead to McGill Diaz. At the red line, Rivers keeps it on his stick after fighting it for a moment. Eli walks up, slap shot, saved by Borotkin. Back to the point, Milam settles it down. No, in the net off the moorings again. 13:57 left to go in the third period. As we take a break, I'll ponder why Rico Gonzalez has not had that problem here tonight. 2-1. Watertown still on top. Motor City trying to find the equalizer. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Picked up by front, shot, scores! Number one, now shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
So because the net was kicked off by Barokin, no media timeout, they don't want to be able to use that as a reprieve. Off the draw, shot saved by Barokin, another chance, a wrister from Nick Gullo. And while it's frustrating, all you can do is tip the cap to Anton Barokin. He tallies another save, and now we will take a media timeout. 13:52 to go in the third. 2-1 Watertown. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is Nick McGill Diaz from the Motor City Rockers. You're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric.
Anton Barokin, the Surgut Russian native. He has been phenomenal tonight for Watertown. The 24-year-old rookie has recorded 43 saves. 13:52 to go in the third. Gullo off the draw and couldn't get it back to his D-man. Ahead for Lord. Takes a moment, puts on the brakes, trying to evade Rotundi. Lord ahead to Graspy. Half wall, back to Lord. Has not been a lot of time in the Rockers' end. And quickly, Nick Gullo gets it back on his tape. Behind Rico Gonzalez, over to Milam. Banked off his skate of the official, and back to Milam. Rotundi, the D-man, into the offensive zone. He's pressured by a pair of Wolves. He goes down to the ice, and the puck sitting in the neutral zone. 3-on-2, look out. Milam tries to get in the way, blocks the shot. Coach leading from the front. Second shot slides wide of the net. 13:05 to go in the third period, 2-1 Watertown. Milam to the near side, Lord poked at it, back into the corner. A dangerous line out there for Watertown. Shot save, rebound loose, second effort, doesn't make it to Gonzalez. On the stick of Wells, and Rivers will lightly flip it over all three lines, get some fresh legs out there, some much needed fresh legs. Lord touched it, he knew he didn't have much of a chance to catch Motor City on the line change. Blaisdell, rink wide feed, banks to Tellstrom. He'll work around one Wolf, right wing circle. Tellstrom, shot lifted off the high glass. Blaisdell down low, put it out in front. Slides to Colton. Tipped away, look out. Here comes Carter Thornton. Saved by Gonzalez. Play goes on, he didn't control it cleanly. Oh, a big save by Rico. Keeps it at 2-1. Going the other way, Corrigan. Had his pocket picked, back to Ryder. Top of the right wing circle, has it on the backhand, down low. Ryder shot, scores! Brad Ryder evens it up 8 minutes into the third. Keep chopping and chopping and chopping and chopping, and eventually the tree will fall. Brad Ryder smoothly down low, picks the top left corner. We're tied at 2, but don't let it be lost. That started with Rico Gonzalez stopping a breakaway. In the span of about 20 seconds, it could have been 3-1 Watertown. Instead, tied at 2. Brad Ryder, he nets his 7th of the season. His first as a Motor City Rocker. Now we're back to square one. Now the job for the men in purple. Can't be satisfied now that you tied it. Keep that pressure up. It may have taken 45 shots as Gonzalez makes another save to tie it. Keep that pressure up. Try to get the go-ahead goal. I know it's a sigh of a relief that finally we got number 2. But Motor City out shooting Watertown 45-27. Keep it going. $11:28 to go in the third period, all evened up. Clean win off the draw. Rink wide feed, too strong. Back to the point, shot deflected before it reached Gonzalez. Well was able to swipe it into the neutral zone, and Watertown has to touch back up. The offside still delayed, and Motor City taking their sweet time. Rivers, pressured by Lord, he skates it out. Nope, right back to where he went. He wasn't ready to leave, despite what Trevor Lord was trying to force. Gullo and Wells guide the puck into the Watertown zone. Graspy leaves it back for Derschel. Over to the near side. Puck taken away by Gullo. Along the blue line, it hops just back into the neutral zone. Diver whacks at it. Wide of Gonzalez. Miguel Diaz off the near boards. De La Savita had it, lost it. Tellstrom pushes it ahead to Corrigan. Rings it around the boards. Brad Ryder picks it up. The man who just tied it to Corrigan, backhand to the far side, no one there. And Milam bails out, gets in the way of it. Turnover. Corrigan got back on side. Right wing circle, shot, and it's deflected up. Still in play, near corner. Down low, the coach Jamison Milam battling for the puck. Watertown digs it out, it's Trevor Lord. Halfway through the third period, 2-2 game. Lord turned it over. 2-on-2. Tellstrom, Corrigan. Left wing circle, Tellstrom keeps it on his stick. Shot deflected, never made it to Anton Borotkin. Trevor Lord going the other way. Up and down action here as we enter the final stage of this game. Shot never made it to Gonzalez. Chris Corrigan picks it up. He'll take it along the near side boards. Corrigan into the offensive zone, had it poked from behind, and down the length of the ice as Rotundi races for it. We get an icing call, and with 9:29 to go in the third, we are tied at 2. Brad Ryder with the equalizer. We'll take a break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, fan members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hey, this is TJ Sneed from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
$9:29 to go in the third. We have a thriller here at Big Boy Arena, tied at 2. Let's take a look at what's going on around the Fed. Carolina holding on to a 4-1 lead over Columbus. Danbury up 3-2 over the Hockey Club Venom. Athens with a slim 2-1 advantage over Port Huron. Baton Rouge on top of Mississippi, 3-2. 3-2 the score, but Blue Ridge leading Binghamton at home, trying to snap their lengthy winning streak. And Monroe on top of the Dashers, 4-0. Draw on the near dot. And it's Watertown with it. Graspy behind his own net. Kyle Powell will take his sweet time dissecting the defense. And finally, we get the breakout started. All that waiting to give it back to Motor City and Doug Blaisdell. Oaks to Hall. In his Rockers debut, works around one Wolf. Lets Oaks battle for it. Hall comes in, gets in the dirty area in the corner. Gets it back near the point. Sometimes hard to see on these near side boards. Kapatayev fighting for it, goes down to Cody Oaks. Poking, prodding, digging, mining, anything you can do to try to get that puck loose. Hall comes out, Rivers comes on. Blaisdell, shot, punched away. Colton comes up, takes a whack at it. Hops to the bottom of the right wing circle. Shot deflected. Oaks couldn't put it on net. Up the end boards, Colton coming all the way down. Back behind, Kapatayev hopped over his stick. Blaisdell has it. Back to Wells. Uh-oh. Thornton again. Second time on Rico. Backhand saved again by Gonzalez. Rico 2. Carter Thornton 0. Wells on the far side. Rivers picks up the puck, waiting for the cavalry. Miguel Diaz, left wing circle, spins back. Along the boards, Rivers sends it to the far side. Wells chips it back in. Gullo has it. Rockers keeping the pressure on. Mac Diver hops it to the right wing circle. Gullo down low. Rivers guides it along the boards. He had his pocket pick near side. Miguel Diaz has a chance. Shot, lifted it too high. Oh, maybe too much time to think for Nick Miguel Diaz. Still tied at 2-2, thanks in no small part to Rico Gonzalez stopping the second breakaway of the period for Carter Thornton. Rico Gonzalez, his first game back in the purple and black since his stint in Peoria and Pensacola, and it's like he never left. Tristan Wells, far corner, he was tied up. Back to Rivers, slides it back along. Wells spins back. Gullo down there to try to help him out. Rivers, shot was popped up and right into the glove of Borotkin. Saw that one all the way. We'll get another draw in the Watertown end. So despite spending basically a month in the SPHL, Rico Gonzalez has still faced the fourth most shots throughout the entire season in the Fed. Made a few more big saves here tonight. Off the end boards, Miguel Diaz guides it along the near side. Corrigan racing for it. He'll be the first one there for Motor City. Off the end wall, Dempwolf, near side, neutral ice. Miguel Diaz nearly lost his stick. Into the offensive zone, Nick Miguel Diaz, left wing circle, shot, and it's up and over the net. Diver. Tellstrom finds Corrigan, back for Ryder, tried to return to Corrigan, he wasn't ready for it. I think he was expecting the shot, he was setting up for the rebound. 6:23 to go, third period, still tied at 2, and icing brings it back down to the Watertown end as the Wolves tried to make a change. An exasperated, exhausted line out there for Watertown. Will need to win a draw and get a clean clear. Off the draw, Motor City had it for a moment. Rotundi goes back to his own blue line, and the Wolves will at least get a partial change. Rotundi dumps, Rotundi chases. Along the end boards, Kapatayev fighting for it. Rockers bailing out, 1-on-3, Davide Gaeta. He made a move and a very anticlimactic shot for Gaeta, and a routine save for Rico Gonzalez. Cody Oaks, diagonal two-line pass. Hall drops back. Kapatayev between the circles to the left side. Shot saved. Rebound loose, and Watertown controls it. Back out to neutral ice. Knocked down by Graspy. Near side, shot punched away by Gonzalez. Top of the left wing circle, left back on net. Gonzalez will snag it out of midair. 5:30 to go in the third period. 2-2 hockey game thanks to Brad Ryder. Off the draw, Powell has it at the point. Flick of the wrist and a stick aside from Gonzalez. Rivers in his own end. Surveys the scene. He'll skate it up the near side, gliding into the offensive zone. Rivers in close. That was Wells. Fought the puck a bit too much. Rivers had it, kept it in, just barely inside the blue line. Eli drops back to Tristan Wells. Shot sticked away. And again, the rebound controlled by Watertown. Lead feed. As that was Gaeta back to Lord. Shot, and it caught the end of the stick of Rico Gonzalez. Tristan Wells, he had his pass knocked down. Bounces into neutral zone. Oh, that was friendly fire offside. Poor Trevor Graspy took the brunt of a dump-in slap shot. He'll feel that tomorrow. 4:46 to go in the third. He'll get a second to shake it off as we're tied at 2. Heading into the final 4:46, you're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Georges here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
.446 to go in the third. That last play was, I don't believe was offsides because we wouldn't have had a center ice draw. I believe it was an inadvertent whistle. So we'll get a neutral zone or center ice draw, and Motor City controls it. Colton took a moment over to Blaisdell, up to Ryder, past Ryder. Flanagan at his own blue line. 4:35 to decide this one in regulation. Tied at 2. Ryder the only goal here in the third period for Motor City. Blaisdell backhands it along the boards. Tellstrom chops at it, only goes a couple of inches. In the corner, Thornton backhands it to the point. Shot, easily punched away by Gonzalez. He saw that right to the blocker. On the near side, Watertown controlling play. Most time on attack they've had in a while. Puck goes through the legs of Ian McDonald, and Flanagan will retreat to his own end to reset. Two-line pass to Newman. Over the red line, Corrigan shades him to the boards. Stops. Top of the circle, and it hits up the right skate of Derschel. Watertown a little more patient and pragmatic here as this regulation time runs to a close. 3:37 to go in the third. Miguel Diaz off the high glass, kept in. Dempwolf between the hash marks, shot deflected, still in possession by Dempwolf. Leaves it behind the net for Shevers. To the corner. Kabatayev, he sneaks his way in there, pinned to the boards. Miguel Diaz has it, guides it along the near side. Shot deflected. Oh, Gonzalez had it deflected by his own teammate. Motor City looking for some relief. Oh, that catch a fan? That one came out hot off the glass. So the kid that took one for the team, he'll at least get the puck for his troubles. Yeah, that thing came flying. You can barely see it come through the frame. 3:10 to go in the third. Draw on the Motor City end. Off the draw, Mac diver behind his own net. Ahead for Wells, hit off the blade of his stick, but barely. Miguel Diaz stops it before it reaches netminder Gonzalez. Bank pass to the blue line, Rivers. Spins it out in front, Eli to the far side, Gullo surveys as he picks up the puck. Keeps it behind the goal line as Wells takes control. 2:45 to go in the third, and Watertown back with the puck to neutralize it. Hops by Diver, he races for it, boxes out Gaeta, and the young Rocker does a nice job neutralizing the threat. Now Motor City working on the breakout. Rivers hit off the stick of Wells from the red line into the glove of Gonzalez. He'll let it play on. 2:25 to go in the third. 2-2. Motor City and Watertown tied. Rivers at neutral ice, backhand, didn't have much steam on it. Poke back to the blue line. Powell in his own end. Broken up on the near side, Miguel Diaz. Flips it near to the heavens. Oh, it almost caught Tellstrom. Play on sides. Behind the net. Milam at the red line. He'll skate it in the zone. Slap shot saved by the chest of Borodkin. .150 to go in the third. Motor City looking for the game winner, try to snap a 9-game losing skid. Offensive zone draw, Corrigan, Tellstrom, and Ryder. Ryder back to the point. Milam slap shot tip between the hash marks, just no one there. There's been about half a dozen times where Borodkin has left a rebound up to chance, and all about 6 times it's been a white sweater there to shepherd the puck out of the dangerous spot. Thornton off the end boards, it hops to the stick of Rico Gonzalez. He leaves for his coach Jamison Milam to Rotundi. Out of the zone, Hall 1-on-2 on the near side. Hunter Hall shot fired over the crossbar. 1:15 left to go in the third period. 2-2. That's Josh Colton to Rotundi. Nearly turned over, kicked behind, and it's to Rotundi. That one made every Rocker fan in the building heart skip a beat. Hall out in front, Kabatayev couldn't handle it. Final minute of play of regulation, 2-2 game. Blaisdell breaks it up. Back to Hall, he was heading to the bench for a much-deserved rest. Long shift for 15. Oakes along the near side into the offensive zone, 43 seconds to go. Down low, Colton comes down, trying to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Rivers at the hash mark, spins off of one Wolf, can't get by the next 2. Up to the left side, Powell. Near side, Lord. Centering Gaeta, the shot never even made it to Gonzalez. 25 seconds to go in the third. Down low, Gonzalez makes one save, gets on top of it with 21 seconds left to go in the third. Still 2-2. Up to this point in the season series, Watertown averaged over 6 goals a game against Motor City. Rico Gonzalez and company have held them to 2 tonight. Unfortunately, Anton Borodkin has been spectacular, 51 of 53 saves. Draw on the Rockers end, 21 seconds until we head to an overtime period. Tie up. To the point, Powell. D-to-D pass just inside the blue line, shot, missed wide. Miguel Diaz banks ahead, Rivers pokes at it. He's racing for it, Eli can't get there in time. De La Savita was able to knock it away. 5 seconds left to go in the third. Lord, horseshoes around the boards. Each side will get a point, and we'll go to overtime for the third one. 2-2 after 60 minutes of play. Rockers trying to snap a 9-game losing skid. They'll have to do so in overtime. We'll take a quick break, come back for the extra frame. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ, Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is Josh Cullen from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Each side has secured a point, 2-2 after 60 minutes of play. For the second time in 3 games, Motor City will go to the extra frame. They fell to Columbus fairly quickly. It was just after a minute that Columbus and Nolan Slahetka found the back of the net to win that 7-6. Motor City, they have really dominated most of the game. Shots on goal, you take a look, 53-36 in favor of the Rockers. It'll go to 3-on-3 in a dangerous spot for the Watertown Wolves. Davide Gaeta and Trevor Lord have combined for nearly 60 goals this season. Not two guys you want to see with open ice. Trevor Graspy will join them. He has been spectacular this season for him. There you see Ryder, his 7th of the year, the first with the Rockers this season. Start of overtime, Gullo with the clean win. Gullo, McGill, Diaz, and Rivers versus Lord, Gaeta, and Graspy for that extra point. McGill Diaz takes his time in his own zone. Slides ahead, Gullo controls it, has some space, nearly blew a tire. He gets back up. Gullo in his own end. Lord giving some token pressure off the near side boards, McGill Diaz. Over to the near side. Rockers working out of the zone. Gullo over all 3 lines. Drops it back. Rivers. Shot broken up. Here comes Watertown. Odd man rush. Graspy. Right side. Across. Shot. Saved by Gonzalez. Rebound. Another save. Poked it behind the net. Rico Gonzalez standing tall. The game goes on. 50 seconds into overtime. Welcome back, Rico. Graspy takes his time to the near side boards. Drops it back off for Gaeta. Down low. Lord. He takes his time. Drops back Gaeta. Gullo in between him and the net. Gaeta very patient, trying to shake Gullo. Gaeta on the forehand, lost it for a moment. Back to Graspy. The collective breaths of every Rocker fan in Big Boy Arena yet to breathe a sigh of relief. Poked away, heads up play by Gonzalez. Back down low, Gaeta. He's pressured by Gullo to the far side. Trevor Lord works by Rivers. Rivers breaks up the chance. Powell comes on for Graspy. Powell, the freshman on the ice, trying to get by Nick McGill Diaz. Basically man-to-man defense right now for Motor City. 3:05 to go in overtime. Powell takes his time to Lord. Spins back, Rivers. Comes out, right side, shot, hits the outside of the post. Newman onto the ice. Corrigan had it poked away. Ryder on his horse. He was the hero in regulation, looking to be the hero in overtime. Ryder, Corrigan, Colton versus Powell, Newman, and Thornton. Corrigan, right wing circle. Takes it behind the net. Guides the puck to the near side midway through overtime, and Corrigan didn't like what he saw. Sauce ahead to Colton. Takes his time ahead. Ryder, shot broken up. Ryder recollects. Back behind the net. Brad Ryder spins back, 2:18 to go in overtime. Ryder to Colton, the captain. Pass broken up. Colton gets it right back. Hands off to Ryder. He will take it out of the zone. Josh Colton will stride his way back to neutral ice. 2 minutes left to go in overtime. Colton Leaves it back for Chris Corrigan. Over the blue line. Right side, Corrigan, down low, shot, scores! Corrigan ends it, and the Rockers snap the streak! Gravity a little lighter here in Big Boy Arena as a collective weight has been lifted off the shoulders of everyone in a purple sweater. Chris Corrigan, the hero tonight. Let's take another look at the game winner. Corrigan worked by 2 from the low slot. He buried it. 3-2. Motor City wins in a jubilant Big Boy Arena. And Jamison Milam, you can see the relief. Rico Gonzalez gets the win in his return. And the Rockers take the 3-2 lead. We'll take a break. We'll tell you all about it when we come back. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, band members. Follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on.
Hey, this is Sam Gagnon from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network powered by KE Electric Supply. Go Rockers!
Chris Corrigan got by the defense. Anton Borotkin, he was sensational tonight, just couldn't make that final save as Motor City gets their first win in over a month, and boy was it much needed. Their only shot in overtime by Chris Corrigan, and the Rockers win it 3-2. Scoring got started in the first period when Tristan Wells tipped in a shot from Josh Colton and Nick Gullo. Watertown had the next 2. Davide Gaeta and Trevor Lord each buried one. Gaeta picked the corner. Lord had the puck careen off, I believe, a rocker into the net, but then with about 12 minutes to go in the third, Brad Ryder evened it up. That would be all the scoring in regulation. Overtime, a couple of big saves from Rico Gonzalez. In regulation, Rico stopped 2 breakaways by Carter Thornton, who has netted 16 goals this year and kept the game tied at 2 or at 2-1. And then in overtime, made some big saves, paved the way for Chris Corrigan to get the win. Josh Colton on the assist, and a very, very happy fan base in purple and black here at Big Boy Arena. Your final score one final time. Motor City 3, Watertown 2. Now, the boys will go in and celebrate. They'll have to get ready to reload for another one tomorrow night as they have a rescheduled game with these Watertown Wolves. 6 o'clock puck drop right back here at Big Boy Arena. Motor City snaps their losing streak and look to start a winning streak of their own. A few thank yous to our entire crew at Park Avenue Productions, Christian Jackson and his crew. Thank you to everyone at home watching and making us a part of your Saturday night. Good news tonight, Rockers fans, an overtime win. Chris Corrigan, the hero, the 3-2 victory. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Brady Beaton, the voice of Motor City Rocker Hockey. Hope you all have a safe and wonderful night.